I recently had the opportunity of being able to lead our Thrive ministry all the way to Philadelphia, PA for our relay conference, and what a joy that was, both for me to be able to experience that and for a group of almost 30 of us to be able to sit under the preached word. And so we have an opportunity now as Lindsey comes to join me to hear a testimony from one of the students who was able to go and how God met her is in many ways. So Lindsey, thank you for sharing your testimony.
Good morning, Sovereign Grace Church of Louisville. Some people like to begin their year with a word of the year, whether that is a way that they hope the word will encapsulate their year, or a focus they have for how the Lord will grow them in that year. At the beginning of this year, there was only one word that was on my mind, and this word clouded my future year, and that word was haggard. I was physically and spiritually weary. I entered the Christmas season after a wildly busy several months, praying that this break would both rejuvenate and restore my soul. Instead, I got sick, and I began the year even more weary, and both physically and spiritually, than I had entered the Christmas season. Where did I find myself at the peak of this weariness? I was 20 minutes out from Sovereign Grace Church's Young Adults Conference Relay in Pennsylvania. And though I had already driven over 9 hours, I had no desire to be there. I wanted to be in Louisville, preferably in my own bed. But praise the Lord, as He holds my days, and His plans are better than my momentary desires for comfort. He knew that my soul needed relay, and over the next 2 days, the Lord did an amazing work in my heart. The conference's theme was the church, the dearest place on earth. And our own Jeff Purswell opened the conference by reminding us that the church is the dearest place on earth because it is the dearest place on earth to God. The following session centered around the heritage, fellowship, serving, and triumph of the church. As believers, our call is not to race around, running ragged, seeking fulfillment in our own accomplishments. Rather, we are called to plant ourselves in the dearest place on earth. We were reminded that we're called to work, pray, sow, and stay. Those 2 days of meditating on who God is and what we're called to do, getting to sing with joy and spend time with friends both from our local Sovereign Grace Church and from other Sovereign Grace churches renewed my weary soul. Really, it was a means of grace that renewed my heart and realigned my priorities to glorify the Lord and serve my church. Or, as CJ reminded us last week, to look upwards and look outward. So thank you for everyone who was praying for our conference, who was sending our young adults, and who helped make that conference happen. Thank you.